Your first step in completing your year-end review is to select your categories. These are the areas of your life that you want to focus on. These are the important things that you want to focus on this year. These are the areas where you want to be more intentional than you've ever been before. If you've ever seen a life balance wheel, then these categories are going to look pretty familiar to you. And you don't have to indicate all of them. You don't have to use all of them, just the ones that are important to you. For example, your family, business, your career, relationships, your finances, or even personal development. You choose the categories that are areas that are important to you to be intentional in the coming year. So this is your baseline for streamlining the information from your past year's journal entries, and it's going to lay the foundation for moving along in this process. And then the second thing you want to do is to begin organizing all of the journal entries that you made over the past year for the past 12 months, and you want to begin organizing them by month. So you're going to be taking all your journal entries from all the places where you've journaled this past year. It could be from your computer or even a notebook that you wrote in, or it could even be from your cell phone. It doesn't matter. You just want to make sure that you compile them and have them in one place, and that you categorize them based on the month to which you've done that journal entry. Now, don't feel bad if you haven't done 12 months of journal entries. That's okay, because whatever you've done, you'll be able to glean information from that. And then the next thing you want to do is step 3. And step 3 is to take the information that you've compiled underneath each month from your journal entries and begin to highlight the ones that fit into specific categories that you've identified. So for instance, if you've identified personal growth or personal development as a category, you want to be able to pull from the 12 months whatever journal entries that you've put in that pertain to personal development or growth for you, and go ahead and highlight it so that we know that's what's going to go into what we call the next step. And that next step is to prioritize. You're now going to take that information that you've just highlighted from your 12 months, and you're then going to begin to extract that information and put it under each of the categories that you identified and that you've listed. Because when you do this, you are going to start to see patterns and successes that you've had, as well as any distractions that may have gotten in the way from you being successful in that area this past year. And you're also going to be able to identify some challenges. It's amazing what you find when you start to extract that information from those months and begin putting under the specific categories for you. And then the next step is number 5, which is then where you take all the information that you've gathered and you begin to reflect. You reflect on what you've learned and you begin to write. You're going to write down all the lessons learned from what you see right in front of you. You're going to be able to identify everything you need. And this is called your summary, your year-end summary. And this is where you glean all your information that you need as far as moving forward. As a matter of fact, your decisions on how you proceed with this of the coming year is going to be based on what you gather in this step right here. And so what you're going to notice is you're going to then notice revelations. You're going to have those light bulb moments of things that you hadn't even recognized or even thought about before. And you're going to have discoveries from this information that you can then use for yourself moving forward to be successful in a given area. And then the last step is you want to get started. Get started with what? Well, get started with what you want to do from what you found. You've no doubt got to the place where you realize from what you've gathered is that you've got some decisions to make. What are you going to do? How are you going to be more intentional in those key areas of your life that are really important to you so that you can begin to move forward in them and to garner more success for yourself? So what do you need to do? You need to create a plan. That's how you get started. You create a goal. You identify a goal that you have in each of those key areas. So for example, in your career, is there something that you want to get started in doing? Is there a change that you want to make? Is there some growth you need to do? What do you need to do for that? Well, you undoubtedly have uncovered some of those things within your year-end summary through the work that you've just done. Congratulations. So now it's time to create a plan and to do the work. This journaling exercise will equip you for intentional success in all of these key areas, or whichever area you choose for this coming year. Congratulations.